This is a video I wanted to make on a throwaway account due to how haydurnation harass anyone who doesn't agree with everything they say. Before I get into the video, I am not Amberlyn Reed. I have never spoken to her or anyone she knows. English is also my second language, so I apologize for any grammar mistakes. I've known about Amberlyn for over 5 years now, which means I've seen a lot of the things that have gone down in the amberverse. Several reaction channels have come and gone, exes coming back to talk about Amberlyn, lies and drama popping up every other week. I've been a part of Discord servers and live streams that speak about Amberlyn. Being in the community has shown me different sides of Amberlyn, but it has also made me realize that the people who frequently talk about Amberlyn are projecting their own behaviors and behave in the same way they claim she does. Anyone is allowed to like or dislike Amberlyn. She has posted a lot of videos and exposed many bad habits and behaviors, which people are allowed to criticize because it's put out for an audience. However, that's what haydurnation has for the most part stopped doing. The jokes are no longer about Amberlyn as a person but other things about her that a lot of people relate to, such as size, appearance, disability, or hobbies. People don't dislike or hate Amberlyn because of fat phobia, but a lot of videos about her are blatantly fat phobic. This is mocking how she's walking, her lack of stamina, her past bed-bound state, not being able to wipe, captions with fat jokes, etc. Amberlyn did get herself to this weight, but jokes surrounding her are digs at fat people in general. You can't be fat phobic towards one person. If you're any type of phobic, worst, then you are that towards everyone in the world. Your jokes affect everyone fitting into that category, whether that's out of their control or not. If a person becomes heavy enough that they're no longer able-bodied, they're disabled. Therefore, a lot of the shit she gets for not being able to walk, shower, etc. are not only fat phobic but ableist. None of these jokes or comments are fair to make just because you don't like the personality of the person. The criticism should be directed at her. Amberlyn gaining weight and becoming as heavy as she is not relevant when it comes to her personality or actions. Ex-partners claiming they became caretakers due to her size is ridiculous, as they themselves decided to help her. And if they were unhappy and wanted to leave, they should have, instead of sticking around to only then spend even more time making fat jokes with people who have never met Amberlyn. The actions and behaviors of several reaction channels showcase awful behaviors that themselves dare to criticize when it's Amberlyn. The Narc Alert tells her Discord server that she was diagnosed with being a COVID narcissist when younger, while taking every crumb of Amberlyn's behavior, calling it narcissism. Her allowing blatant racism in her Discord server by mods, her mods sexually harassing male members. When anyone disagrees with her, she blocks those people, removes the chat history, then lies about what happened to send the hate towards them and make herself seem innocent, something all reaction channels and haydurnation members claim Amberlyn constantly does. People only started to dislike her when it was obvious that Mr. Snowflake was uncomfortable with her flirtation. Kicking Goose suddenly bringing up puppy corn in that same Discord. Her mod claiming society should shun fat people until they lose weight. Bringing up anorexia corn when talking about Eugenia Cooney. Fetishizing minorities. All deleted as soon as things got out on Reddit. All compilation channels' entire humor being only about being fat. Captions, thumbnails highlighting on Amberlyn's size rather than Amberlyn's action they dislike. The content about Amberlyn isn't about what actions Amberlyn has done for them to dislike her, but to only make fun of her for her size. Other channels making up cruel nicknames for her that other people also go through. They don't care about what Amberlyn has done that deserves criticism, but they like that there's a person they can openly mock and insult. Amberlyn spoke about how uncomfortable she is with how Mr. Snowflake speaks about her and her supposed attraction to him, saying that his comments would not be accepted in other workplaces, so why is it accepted now? Everyone, including him, saying that she accused him of being a rapist, which she never claimed. When these types of comments he'd constantly make were something that made me stop watching him due to how outright inappropriate I felt they were. Somehow discomfort with inappropriate comments, sexual or talking about flirtation, is only bad when it's towards him. Then the Narc Alert gets called out, but when he, a man, is doing it to a woman, it's okay because people don't like her. It's all extremely performative. Both him and several people claiming that she called him a rapist shocked me. Then I watched her live stream and realized she never claimed or insinuated that he was one. People call her a liar daily, then go and lie like that. It all screams misogyny to me. Regarding her exes, Beck is defending Dakota for their predatory actions when Beck is on the other hand feeding into Amberlyn's PDF rumors, when Dakota was directly inappropriate and weird with minors, then apologized when caught. Beck claims it was weird but doesn't believe Dakota is a PDF or thinks that they deserve backlash because they're not a public person. It's perfectly fair to go after Dakota when they were weird with minors even if they're not a public person, because if someone is doing such things, they deserve to be called out. Destiny obviously setting Amberlynn up during streams, then getting mad that Amberlynn exposes her back. Destiny has always been a weirdo, comfortable doing weird shit, both regarding Libby, which only Amberlynn is getting shit for some reason. Erica and Brittany are 100% more fucked up for what they did than the fact that Amberlynn flirted with a married woman. Brittany works in the mental health field while encouraging her wife to troll an insanely mentally unstable woman for laughs and giggles, then Erica lying about the state of her marriage. Brittany only getting mad at Amberlynn over this when Erica fell in love with Amber while in a fully committed relationship with allegedly a history of cheating. Amberlynn was in the wrong for entertaining a relationship with a married woman, but to claim that she wasn't used or lied to in this relationship and saying she's playing victim is only based on personal biases against Amberlynn. She was not the main problem here. Tommy knew exactly who Amberlynn was. She was chasing her and other large women shortly after her partner died. Her partner who died due to her obesity and feederism that Tommy both enjoyed and helped her with. Tommy is not a victim in any way possible, and she sure as hell isn't a victim of Amberlynn. Regarding Casey and the allegations, I don't want to speak on in detail because it's very sensitive. But all I want to say is that there's no proof he did anything to Amberlynn. However, there's also no proof of his innocence. Realistically, no one can know what happened except for them two, but it has always been weird to me that everyone collectively decided that it's untrue when it's one of the things Amberlynn has been adamant about. Due to Amberlynn's past lies, it's understandable to be doubtful and not want to blindly believe Casey did it, but Casey has no proof nor history for us to know how he is as a person for everyone to believe him in everything he says. Constantly questioning and pressuring Amberlynn to speak about her childhood and then try to analyze what she's lying about going back and forth makes absolutely no sense to me. Kids who grew up with trauma suppress memories. We literally can't know what she's lying about or being truthful about because childhood trauma is insanely complicated and fucks up your memory. I think it's insensitive to talk this lightly about someone's deep trauma that has a clear effect on them as adults and has caused mental illnesses that explain their behaviors and habits today. Amberlynn clearly has BPD caused by lifelong trauma, which makes the Erica and Brittany situation even more fucked up. Her behavior towards partners have been controlling and has been abusive, and I will never deny that, due to how her partners have been behaving recently and after the breakup. Tells me, however, that they're not being forward with how they were as partners. So although I will never excuse Amberlynn's behavior towards her partners, I will also never believe them to be the victims they desperately try paint themselves as. For Amberlynn's white lies when it comes to weight, food intake, etc., I will never blame her for due to how haydurnation acts, as she's not even allowed to hold her accountable for her food intake. Every time she gets shut down, she has held herself accountable because calculating the total calorie intake then showing everyone is a form of accountability. Besides, the obsession with another person's food intake and weight loss is insanely chronically online, and I don't get how anyone truly cares enough to make YouTube videos about it. What I have noticed about Lalco's videos is that when it comes to horrible people like Jupiter, Nova Online, and other male Lalcos is that the videos about them is about their objectively fucked up behavior and actions, them being child predators and crashing out when called out. Although there are comments about their size and hygiene, it's clearly less than the comments Amberlynn gets despite being nowhere near as horrible as them. I wholeheartedly believe the complete obsession with tearing her apart, analyzing everything she does and not letting her enjoy anything in life has a lot of misogyny behind it. What has always confused me is the obsession with mocking every hobby she has, especially when they're very harmless. This includes Legos, mandala, and decorating, for example. A lot of these hobbies are enjoyed by adults and some are therapeutic in a way of letting your brain just focus on one thing and finishing something even if it's minimal. Along with that, a lot of reaction channels and compilations channels will react to literally every single thing she does, even if that's just her going to bingo, wiping her counter and putting on accessories. A lot of you need to get actual hobbies, as that's the dumbest thing to post about because nothing is happening. You people are hyper-focused on her to the point where it's unhealthy and obsessive and no longer just watching a train wreck. Mind you, this video hasn't even covered Alexia yet, who is another type of toxic and an attention whore. But this video gets views. I know people will claim I don't know enough, that I will eventually find out, but I truly know what has been happening. I know what has come up in the past and what's happening now. I'm just able to not have a herd mentality and witnessing everything go down and all channels speaking about her. I can safely say that I'd be more comfortable sitting and talking with Amberlynn alone and being her friend than I'd be at an haydurnation Discord call.